Hey there guys, and welcome. I hope everybody is doing well. This is a video where I want to collect your feedback and ideas and thoughts and suggestions for a new playthrough I'm wanting to do. So we're on the mod portal here. I have a bunch of tabs open with different mods I'm considering, as you may have guessed with a quick glance. This has to do with enemies, combat, and a death world. So I've not played a death world in a very long time, and I've kind of been considering it off and on for a while, but after the devs introduced the changes and improvements to enemies, both with their pathfinding and collision, it's really kind of just sealed the deal in my mind that I want to do a Death World playthrough. Now, there's several things I want to cover here and collect your feedback on, and I'll let you know specifically what I want feedback on, but you can leave it on anything you want. So first off, I would like this to be both a YouTube series because we don't really have a YouTube series going at the moment. There was the post-collapse one, but that was it wasn't doing too great after a while. So I'd like this to be a YouTube series, but also something I stream because I want to switch off my space exploration playthrough to go to this as a streaming option. So I may record like videos while I stream, or stream and then cut them up properly and upload them to YouTube for the series. So I'm not sure which way you'd prefer. You guys would probably prefer for me to record them rather than try to cut up the stream, but we'll see. So there's that. Then on top of that, there's a few things. First off is mods I'm considering. So what I have open here are all mods I'm considering. I would like your thoughts on these, if there's any, because like you guys I think have probably as a collective have played with these mods far more than I have. I haven't really played with like any of these yet. I spotlighted a couple. But let me know like if there's some of these you think wouldn't work, or that shouldn't, like that wouldn't be great, or if there's any additional ones you would suggest. So my thought is to do Death World, and here are the mods. So I'd want Rampant, obviously, because that's just really important, I believe, even with the vanilla changes. Biter bias, I think, is interesting. It allows the biter spitter ratio to be modified. This is like maybe something I'd want if I want to change the ratio, not that I necessarily think it needs changing. So that's just kind of like just something I saw that was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Not sure that we really need this. And then resistant biters I thought would maybe be interesting. So it basically adds different biter spitters that resist different types of damage to encourage varied types of defenses. I'm not sure if this would make things too hard between Rampant and just a Death World in general. This may just make things too difficult. So I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I don't know what you guys think. Next one is killing enemies gives military science. I feel like this is kind of an interesting idea. Because obviously in a Death World you want to focus very heavily on military upgrades, and I feel like this could be good to help me out, especially because I am going to again bring in the Twitch integration, so that people who watch the stream and decide they want to support by subbing or donating or whatever influences the game by like triggering attacks and stuff. So I feel like maybe this would kind of help balance that out a little. That, you know, I'm going to be dealing with a lot of attacks on top of just the normal triggered ones, that getting a little something from killing all the biters would maybe be good, but I don't know, maybe it'd be overpowered, I'm not sure. And I think that's all for the enemies themselves. I mean, between the changes in vanilla and then Rampant, I feel like those two alone would make it quite difficult, because I believe Rampant adds some new enemies. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost sure it does. I kind of hope it does. So that's going to make it really difficult. Now in terms of like weaponry and defenses, so cannon turret I feel like is pretty cool. I think I spotlighted this. This could maybe be good. I mean, honestly, between the flame turret, gun turret, and laser turrets, I think we're pretty well covered in vanilla, but if we just want to add in like some extra like variants to things, I think this would be a pretty cool mod. So this is like a cannon mounted turret in specific cannon shell magazines that behave like the tank shells without friendly fire colliding, which is pretty nice. Next is artillery bombardment, which is more of just a quality of life thing. Instead of clicking like a bajillion times to try to get, you know, a whole base covered, you can just select an area and it will just target the entire thing. I feel like just for quality of life this would be really good. Next is AI vehicles laser tank. I feel like the laser tank would definitely be a really cool thing to have. There's also like heavy tank, which is, I don't think it's by the same person. Maybe it is. Arendelle makes magnificent mods anyway. So definitely this one, I think this would be really cool. In-game combat, this adds like more like defensive and combat stuff, like different turrets to fight enemies. I don't know, this may be overpowered, this may just be too much. I don't want to go like super modded. So let me know what you guys think on this one. Like, I don't know, I feel like this is just maybe a little too much. But maybe it's really good. I don't know, I haven't actually played with it before. And then last is turret shields. This is one I definitely want to add. I think it's just I spotlighted this. I think it's just a very cool mod, I think. Turret shields that, just makes your turrets not get blown up quite as easily, which can be super frustrating. So I think this would definitely be a great one to add. Oh, and then also reinforced walls, I think is really good, because obviously in vanilla you only have the one wall. I think being able to build stronger walls with, of course, additional material costs would definitely be a benefit. So it looks like there's 3, unless if this is not vanilla, then like 4 additional walls, which I think is pretty cool. Ramp up the cost of things, just reinforce specific areas if you need to, and all that. So I think that would be really cool. This is all the mods I'm considering, so let me know what you think on those. If you have suggestions for other ones, again, I don't want to go like super, super heavily modded. So like I don't want like Bob's enemies or something. But let me know what you think here. And then the other thing I would like feedback on is I would like this to have some overarching goal, right? Like, because the problem with just doing a death world and just being like, oh, let's just do a death world with no goal is that it gets stale pretty fast, and then like there's no actual defined ending to it. So I think having some sort of overarching goal, either that's static and set or that people can influence, would be good. I just haven't been able to really think of something great. So I would really like suggestions on that if you guys have any. It could be, I guess it could be as simple as just like launching X amount of rockets. That's pretty just like meh. It's just pretty standard, but it's an option. It could be something like maybe like securing or claiming a certain amount of territory, or something like that. It could be, I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be some overarching goal, and it could either be something that's influenced by, supporters or whatever, or something that's just static from the get-go. So let me know if you guys have ideas. Let me know, which way you think it should work. And then last, in terms of the Twitch integration, obviously a lot of you don't watch the stream, so this won't really affect you, but if you still have feedback, I'd appreciate it. I'm kind of, so basically in my mind what I have for that is, currently in my space exploration playthrough, the way the Twitch integration works is that support like subs, donos, bits, and stuff like that call down meteor strikes, which so far people have really loved. But meteor strikes I don't think are super appropriate for the Death World. It'd be fun-ish, but it kind of conflicts a little bit. So in the Death World, my plan so far is to have that stuff call in attacks, and obviously the larger the support, the bigger the attack is, with additional enemies. Like if Rampant does add new enemies, then like, bigger support would call an attack with like some of the more powerful enemies and stuff too. And then on top of that, support, like people subbing and stuff, would increase the amount of turrets and walls I can use. So it's kind of like I start with a limitation. Like I start with being able to use maybe like a couple hundred walls and like 20 turrets or something. But then I can the amount I can use only increases when people decide to support, but then simultaneously it calls an attack. So that's what I have so far. I don't, mostly what I'd like feedback on is if you have any ideas for additional things that could affect. We can do almost anything with that, what it triggers or limits or gives or whatever. And then also kind of the amount. So like so far, I believe I have it so that like $5, like a tier 1 sub or whatever, or 500 bits, gives, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was like 20 walls, additional walls I can place, and like 5 turrets or something. or 2 turrets, and then, you know, $10 is double that, $20 is 3 times that, so on and so forth. So, you know, if it's like $20, it'd be like, I don't know, like 100 or 150 walls and like 30 turrets, 20 or 30 turrets. So I'm not really sure on the numbers. It's kind of hard to judge like what's going to be somewhat balanced in either direction. So if you guys have like thoughts with that and any additional ideas for what it could influence, definitely let me know. But that's it. So I just want to give you guys a heads up that I am going to start a new series here probably within the next couple weeks. I'm waiting for the mod to be finished and getting to a decent stopping point with space exploration. And then second, I would like your feedback on mod ideas and the integration and how that influences things and anything else like that. And then also for like an end goal for the playthrough, because I feel like it really does need some sort of end goal, whether it's something that's influenced by you guys or something that's just static from the get-go. It definitely needs some sort of end goal that I'm just having a little trouble coming up with. But yeah, I haven't played with a biter heavy world in a long time, so I'm actually really excited. It's going to be a challenge different than the challenges I faced for a long time, which have just been like production challenges and base building challenges. This is going to be kind of both. I mean, because you always have the production challenge and stuff just generally, but instead of like crazy recipes and stuff like with space exploration, this is going to be like defensive and expanding while also trying to expand the factory. And I think it's going to be really cool. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for any suggestions you have and in any of that and your support. As always, I really appreciate it. Leave your thoughts below. And if you want to contact me on Discord or whatever directly, my Discord server is linked in the description of my videos. And if you want to DM me directly on Discord with ideas and stuff, that's fine too. But anyway, let me know. Thank you guys. Until next video, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.